What up, my Nazis? Anyway, this is Jody with the Whiskey Rebellion Barcast. I only use terms that seem to have no meaning anymore. So anyway, like, follow, subscribe, turn on the notifications, jingle the bells, drag your balls on the carpet. I don't care. We're here again on a Monday, and let's have a good time. But anyway, guys, everybody, we had a great week last 2 weeks of my life.
Honestly, last 2 weeks.
Yeah, been really good. Me and David
we've had a lot of bro time.
Had a lot of bro time. Then we did this weekend we did the Mule Day thing. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Those damn mules are so pretty. And
I got to meet your many donkeys.
You did.
I fed them treats.
And you did. Yeah.
And I didn't get bit. Which was terrifying. I was doing like the don't bite my hands.
I know it was like
yeah. Well, you said they're gonna bite the shit out of me, so
I was just saying if they bite you, that hurts because they got flat teeth. Got like people teeth, and it hurts.
Yeah, I believed you.
I know
it was gonna hurt.
I know. Hey, I don't know what our topic was tonight. Do we have a topic?
No idea.
Chuck suggested from the VIP to talk about recent acquisitions that you should not pass up on. Like if you grabbed a bottle, be like, I really need to let the people know about this one because it was great. That's kind of what I took away.
I got two of them. So I've always talked about the.
Do we want to do that after we talk about what we're all drinking and stuff like that?
Well, it kind of goes into what I'm drinking tonight.
Okay. All right then.
So the first one is Nelson Brothers Honey Cask. I was able to was able to get me one the other day. Picked it up. Well, actually, y'all were here for it, and it was good and this, that, and whatever. My second one, which also came on Friday, which this is all that's left of it,
nice.
is the Redwood Empire, and this is the Pipe Dream Cask Strength. Holy hell, this is good. Not that you couldn't tell, but it's good.
Yeah, we opened that on Friday.
Even the regular Pipe Dream.
I had a couple out of there. I did,
and I've had a couple too, and that's what I'm drinking tonight right now. So
yeah, good for you.
All right, Gino, what about you?
Gino is enjoying some Peerless Double Oak that I picked up this past Friday.
Very nice.
I prefer this over the Woodford Double Oak. I get a lot more caramel notes.
Really?
Yes,
sacrilegious.
Hints of maple syrup. I know it's sacrilegious, but I prefer it myself. It's just the way it hits my palate versus the Woodford. The Woodford's great.
There's
nothing wrong with it. It's just a slightly different profile.
I like the way you said the way it hits your palate. It made me think of something.
The way it hits my palate, man. This stuff is good. I enjoy it. When I can find it, I pick it up every time.
It does sound amazing, though, for real.
Hey guys,
it is very good, and I have a bottle of that here. It's just finding it.
Recent memories.
It's hard to find in certain areas. Jeez.
Exactly. Like when I find it, I pick it up.
Motorboating. I'm sorry, I was in my own world.
You know what's really hilarious is you guys are actually talking about whiskey, and we're having another show up here.
There is no doubt.
Like he's making references, and I'm like, I know what the fuck he's talking about. Oh gosh.
Oh my!
I actually got told this recently. You should motorboat it. I'm like, I'm down with motorboating it. I'll do that. But anyway,
green's fun.
Motorboating son of a bitch.
You motorboating son of a bitch. And to be honest with you, I was excited that. Dope, I'm in trouble already.
No.
Yes.
Oh, well, with her, yeah. Okay. So Chuck said, while he's getting yelled at, Chuck said the Redwood Cask Strength stuff and special releases are very good. I have absolutely found that to be true. And thank you, Chuck.
Yeah, I agree.
At a Redwood Empire, I haven't found one that I haven't liked.
I have found several that I don't like that have they're too peaty tasting. They're more of a malt, and I don't like that.
Really? I usually get more of like a almost rye-ish or blended rye off of a lot of them.
A lot of them.
One of the things I actually liked about it, but really peated, malty, which maybe
I
don't know.
So I was getting. So I have to.
You getting ringed out?
Yeah. No. Anyway, let's go back to talking about our trip to Florida. So anyway, we had to do a little bit of catching up on us here.
Rob, what are you drinking?
Yeah,
we didn't make it around the horn yet.
Oh, okay, sorry.
ADHD, go burr.
So, on one of my more recent trips to Ohio, I got a new Lux Row. This is the sherry cask finish one.
Now that's good.
Yeah,
I love the sherry cask.
$49.
Can't beat it.
Seriously.
I like how he
$49 in Ohio.
I like how he leans in to say $49, but it's on his face.
$49.
It's right here. Like he lean it back and go.
It's like he's not going to tell everybody, but he's going to tell us. The smart ones who are watching and listening.
Find it.
No, I don't want to be in the smart person's group.
Lux Row Sherry Cask finish.
I've never had the Lux Row Sherry Cask. I have had Lux Row numerous times. I've owned it and stuff like that, and I do find it to be relatively. First of all, it's a great. If you go to if you need it, right? And I don't mean to say like you need it, like hit me up, I don't mean like that. But those are plastic bottle guys. What I'm talking about is like if you're just looking for something, you walk into a store and you're like, hey, got some Lux Row here. That's not bad. And then I've never had Sherry Cask, which even the what's it called, the Shanahan's, is that right?
Stranahan's.
Yeah.
Even that one, that's the Sherry Cask. Oh my God, it's good.
Yeah.
Now the yellow label, I wouldn't even use it to clean out my worst enemy's butthole crack. It is horrible.
But no, yeah, that one I like that one, and the 4 grain that Lux Row drops out every now and then.
Yeah, that one pops up in PA every once in a while. But and it did pick up my last trip. Michael Simon, chef, is doing a barrel company out of Cleveland called River Roots. He's buying all of his juice out of Kentucky. Put out a 9.25 year product. It was like $82. Okay, 9-10 year product, small distillery. Okay, it was okay. I wasn't like I was thinking there was. I was thinking there was going to be more there to it, like more to it. It was really oaky. It had a lot of caramel.
All right, wait a minute, real quick. That's going to bring us up on a conversation that I've had over the last 2 weeks. I say caramel, and you said caramel. What do other normal people say?
Either or.
Yeah.
Well, see,
here I hear it both ways. It's caramel,
but here in the South. Here in the South,
I do car. I don't do Carmel like the town in California.
I'm with you. What I'm saying is I've recently heard from my most recognizable Southern friend that I don't know how to speak normal people language. Hey, there's Daniel. All right,
Daniel.
Cheers,
Daniel.
Cheers, Daniel.
But that I don't even know how she spells it. It's like a bunch of R's and maybe a couple of M's, and then like a bunch of E's maybe. I don't know. I don't think there's an L though. I really don't. Like caramel. I don't know how you can do it and not move your mouth either, and they do that. I don't know how they do it.
Southern, yeah.
But anyway, I was just curious.
But does it bother you when someone says caramel?
No.
Caramel?
No, it bothered that other person. You know who I'm talking about.
Yes. Again, it's almost like we're having 2 shows right now. Chuck says River Roots put out a buff turkey collab.
Buffalo Trace Wild Turkey.
Wild turkey, yeah.
Huh?
I know what you originally.
Not a buff turkey, like not that.
Some big breasts.
Buffalo Trace and Wild Turkey.
Be like that.
Do some deals.
I'm sorry. Do it like what's his name? Terry. What's it guy?
Terry Crews.
Yes, sitting there bouncing.
Terry Crews is hilarious.
Going.
Yes, he's bouncing his chest left to right, left to right.
David, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a little Heaven Hill bottled in bond.
Nice.
They're lovely. Enjoying it.
So
local find at like $50 or whatever. Also, very recent to tie into our semi-topic that we have tonight.
They used to be hard to find in this area. Now
I can find it anywhere.
Yeah, that's and I'm really happy about that because it is such a good bottle. Like
it is.
This to me is like the spiritual successor of like Eagle Rare almost. In terms of
that is sacrilegious. I disagree.
You could say that all day long, but to me, a bottle like this, like if it was at the same price point, obviously I would go with
you need to stop. You're sounding stupid right now.
Well, you didn't like intelligence anyway. You said that yourself.
No, but I don't want to
No,
hear
but I
freaking
understand what
blasphemous
you're meaning
type
there,
of.
Dave.
So anyway,
Real quick,
at the
though, let's
price
talk-
point,
In other words,
which is going to
in other
be
words,
cheaper
what
than
you're trying
Eagle
to say is
Rare,
for the
I'm,
price
sa-
point-
I'm saying I recommend it.
So I wonder if
Yeah.
Buffalo Trace's going to come out with some
Eagle Rare
river,
is better. Don't get me wrong, but like
some river,
to me, it's
river
like
tasting barrels.
river tasting.
Oh no, it's Survivor Series 2. The second
Survivor
release, Survivor Series.
Well, they did do the Elijah Craig. I'm sorry, the E.H. Taylor Flood series before.
I'm surprised no one has caught on to that yet. I keep trying to promote it. Survivor Series, man.
Survivor Series.
You know, you got
And
you
could
got
have
the
Eye of the
Rick House
Tiger
that
play in
collapsed
the
everywhere. Now you got
you
the floods, and then you got Survivor Series Release 1, Release 2.
But you could have Eye of the Tiger by the band Survivor playing the music in the background.
There
And
it
maybe
is.
have
And you
a
could
cameo
keep-
from Rocky running in those short shorts. And then
Yep, Mr. T's looking for work. He come in there.
no,
and
he's
say,
got
"Pity the fool who don't buy the
he's
Survivor."
got he can't do it now. He's got I seen a thing he posted the other day on X that said he has cancer and he goes
Oh,
he has some type of T cancer and they were like he was like, yeah, I got cancer so bad they followed my name. It's damn T cancer.
Damn.
But I mean I'm sure he's gonna be fine. I hope so anyway.
Yeah,
I pray
seriously.
I hope so too. He's a cool dude.
cool dude. Yep. Very
Yeah,
cool.
absolutely.
So, and man, I tell you what, the weather here has been crazy, and I've been sick. Right now, it's the best I've felt in a while.
Talk about crazy. It's supposed to snow here tonight.
What?
Well, that's what
It
happened.
did drop. It was like 45 here this
Inch of
morning.
Freaking snow.
Yeah, it was like 40 something.
I gotta
That's
drive
not true. It was 30 something.
Detroit tomorrow. It's supposed to snow going across.
Insane.
Going ahead.
There it
across
is.
Cleveland.
It's
Way.
fucking in the 80s, man. It's gonna snow here tonight.
I do think we ought to get some like techno music playing in the background.
Oonsa, 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 oonsa.
Yeah,
Oh,
it can go with my lights back here.
Little house
I like
dance.
it.
Little
I do
house
like
music.
that sign. That is cute.
Ash Whisperer Farms. Yep.
You were ready with that. You've thought about that, huh?
And the
Oh, I
blue
did.
wax was homemade concoction.
Of course, I thought about it. I'm
I
like,
really do think that they're missing the bandwagon on not putting this stuff out in the Survivor Series stuff.
wow, you're still perseverating on that, and that's fine. That's fine.
I'm just answering Chuck's little thing here with the blue wax concoction.
So what and what?
Yeah.
So one of those people who making their own shit up.
Oh yeah, and it sells. They make money off of it. That's why they still do it. Those
Yeah,
twits out there will buy anything.
Oh, of course. I mean, hell, freaking. I mean, I walk into a place I'd been before, and they're like, "Are you looking? Are you a collector?" I'm like, "No." And they're like,
I'm
"Oh,
gonna
we
drink
have some Blantons." I'm like, "Well, what's the price point on it?" And they tell me like 120. I'm like, "Why would I pay that
Yeah,
much
no.
for it? That's like a lot over MSRP." And they're like, "Well, people really want that." I'm like, "Well, give it to those people. I don't need it. I have some Blantons at my condo where we were at when we seen that."
They're like-
Oh, by the way, real quick,
Hang on behind me.
this is funny since David's not paying attention, and this would be a perfect time to do this.
Sorry,
Well-
I got work.
So he kept saying he was the big spoon in our relationship down there, and so we went into Tweakers.
you knew that guy was gonna side with you. God damn.
And I said, so
Son
which
of a-
one? I asked the guy, and I'm like, so
It
just,
was the place not even called Tweakers. First of all, it was
No,
called
it's
some
not.
other shit, but you call it Tweakers because it's PC Beach. You know,
it makes more
So
sense.
what else
It's
would you call
quicker. It's called Quicker Liquor,
Okay.
but I like,
Liquor.
but I think Tweaker Liquor sounds much cooler. And so I always get a bottle from them. Anyway, I always go out of my way to get a bottle from them. And we got some funny stories about.
That's some good bottles in there.
Yeah, they had some great balls. But anyway, so we get up to the front. I'm like, hey, I got a question for you. Might seem a little random, but it's appropriate. And the guy goes, all right, what is it? I'm like, of the two of us, which one of you think is the big spoon versus little spoon? He looked at Dave. He goes, Dave is a power bottom.
Hey, did you guys see that post that I sent out Saturday? We had the wife and I had dinner with Dave's twin.
Mm.
Oh, I
He
did see
was
that
the-
picture.
Yeah, I saw that. We had a conversation
Damn it.
about that.
Dave,
I have
was
I have
like,
a doppelganger with even weirder hair than I do. Like,
yeah.
But I looked at him, I was like, I got better hair than him.
Yeah,
So
you do have better
side.
hair than he does.
He's growing it out too. He's
From the
getting
side,
to get
look at this
long.
shit, look at
But
this shit.
the thing about this guy is,
Look at you
this guy
getting all
looks just
long,
like
Todd.
Dave, except he's got the hair of the rest of us. Not Dave, but the rest of us.
When
But
Dave's using the special
Beyond
gloves
that,
on
he
there.
is the spitting image of Dave. But as far as I can figure out, they're not related. But man, he could pass for his twin.
If Rob had sent me that,
Easy.
it's like I saw this dude in Pittsburgh. I was like, damn it, Dad.
He did say he
You
had
didn't tell me.
relatives in the Pittsburgh area, but he's from Cleveland. But he was down at the bourbon barbecue.
Did your
thing,
dad
man.
travel any?
I mean, I'm sure he traveled some, and he was quite popular in high school from what
Hey,
I've
it's
been
only
told.
80 miles, dude.
I'm
In
just saying.
college,
I'm just
a little
saying.
bit less
that
in law
if
school,
you were
apparently.
like I was pretty popular in high school, and then I was relatively popular.
But was your nickname Romeo? My dad's literal nickname was Romeo. That's
Yeah,
when I was
there you
making
go.
that shit up. He was
I
good
sure
at
There
what
wish
he
you
I knew
go.
how old he was.
I don't. I'll have to ask somebody what my nickname might have been behind the scenes, but
I tell you what,
Anyway.
if that guy is there next year, I'm gonna have to definitely get more information from him. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
what is love, baby? Don't
Attaboy.
touch me, don't hurt me anymore.
Oh, by the way, another suggestion from Chuck, and I don't think we should abuse that.
Play was my
A
nickname.
little old-fashioned.
Play
If
a
you're out
play.
there tonight, you have got a very nice channel, sir.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely. A little old fashioned. Yeah.
My nickname in high school was actually from the
Power
Outsiders. Shut the fuck up.
TV.
It was from the Outsiders. I got
Pony
nicknamed
Boy?
after Pony Boy Curtis. Yep.
There it is. Power bottom.
Fucking
PB.
no, this is not going the way I wanted it to.
I love that movie.
Yup.
It's a good movie. It was a great book. That's because we had to read it and discuss, you know. I don't like the way this conversation is going. I feel like I need to be getting called into work.
Right about
All
now.
the-
Going.
Well, all the bullshit aside, we had a great trip to the Gulf of America, and seriously, like I find it funny. You know, I'm not a fan of current administration, but I'm not going to get political. But like, I was down there. You can't walk 5 feet without some kind of reference to Gulf of America, and it was just funny. Like, it was just funny. Like, and that's there's nothing else to take away from it. You know, and
Here's what it is.
you know,
It was awesome.
people on my side of the aisle are very frequently bad sports. You know,
I look at it. I think it's funny.
Not really. You're
You don't think it's
different
funny?
from. Well, not gonna go there.
he's being. We're gonna leave it there. It was
Yep.
funny. Okay, that's what I'm saying. It was funny.
See, we could have the techno music right there.
We can do music on here for what we've had to pay these guys. And again, thank you, greatest nation in the world is donation. Very much appreciate
Anytime we
everyone
have
who
like a
contributed to
political
making this
moment,
happen.
people should have to. We should have to play like a techno timeout.
What do we have here? I could add music to
What the
like
hell
just
was
be
that?
playing in the background.
Well, let's don't do
We
it
used to
right
do
now.
that.
What's
We need-
dance pop? I'm almost afraid.
Well, then play it then. Let's listen to Dance Pop. I can find some on YouTube. We can do a techno timeout and share screens.
There was some professional sport that used to do that.
Now, see, this is some shit to play at the beach.
There you go.
Yeah. Dance pop's where it's at. I'm gonna throw a light switch rave.
I gotta do the thumbs up like a white guy.
Or the white girl dance. All right, that's enough. Okay.
Dude, I have a funny video I need to work in. I need to work into our intro, and that's Michelle doing some dancing at
You know,
Uncle
we could
Nearest.
use an update to a
Oh, dude, it was
new intro
hilarious.
video.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, my intro.
I would
yeah, I'm
I would
a
show
fat
you
guy
guys,
still.
but I'm not going to.
There's one called "Feeding the Ducks."
Oh, so real quick. So So she goes, I think y'all need to do some ass clapping. All right. So
yeah, no. When's
Let's
Michelle
have a
going
good
to bring
time.
her butt onto the show?
Good times, Chuck.
So here's the reason why. Right. So like, how do I make this conversation right? So I'm gonna try to make it cleaned up version. Like,
Wrong.
yeah.
He's just trying not to get yelled at more by her.
So anyway, I was like, it'd be really
Down
cool
the
if you
shovel.
knew how to ass clap. And I'm like, I'm down to learn it with you. And so we were learning how to ass clap together. It's actually a lot harder than you think. Like it's like a workout and everything. You have to get on the balls of your feet and you have to kind of It's just you gotta have a little bit of cushion back there. No, I
you gotta have ass to ass clap.
Right. And I think I was the best of the two when it came to that. I was like, I could get it jiggling.
Well, this is an uncomfortable image.
All
I'm
my
gonna drink
jiggles up here, man. I ain't got nothing in the back.
No,
Like I said,
it wasn't like that. It wasn't like anybody was nude. That's not what I'm saying.
No. Yeah,
I just didn't know they had tutorials on how to do it online. I don't know why I didn't think that. They have everything else online.
You're kidding. I'm not going to search that.
Yeah, RIP your algorithms.
Yeah, no, I'm not putting that in my Google search history. No.
Yeah, your wife would be like,
Speaking of which,
every time I open this up,
but
it's like
been around long enough. I think she needs to join the show for a couple episodes.
Who is it?
Michelle.
Oh yeah. But she won't. She won't.
She's camera shy. What the hell is up with that?
No, she's a good girl.
She's rightly concerned that you're going to embarrass her in front of the rest of us.
That's probably true. Yeah, okay, I understand.
Yeah, all of that's true.
Because you embarrass her when she's not even here. It'll be worse.
You make a valid point. And actually, I didn't want this show to
What's
be.
What's the timestamp? 2257. He said I made a valid point. Okay.
I would look it up on this computer, but this computer is my work computer, so.
Nah, you'll get flagged.
Yeah, no.
Like, so you were looking up ass clapping. I'm like, dude, it's a hell of a workout. You should try it. I'm into fitness. That would be my argument. It'd totally be my argument. I'd be like this is, you find this odd from me? Like, I'm into fitness. Why would I not want to do some ass clapping? Oh, we both got it. Hey,
I think we found the real power bottom.
Real quick, you need to check your text messages.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. So, did anyone see Chuck's topic? Because I like it.
I did see Chuck's talk.
I
do have one.
Bottles that you should not skip.
Well, right
that
now.
you recently purchased. Bottles that should not be skipped.
Who's the 615-537 number? I shouldn't say that shit. I didn't finish the number, so we're
right,
good.
But there's only two numbers on there. There's mine.
Yep. I don't know who the other person is.
Not mine.
Okay, so I'm glad I didn't complete the thought.
I don't know whose number this is. I was more shocked that she had your number.
I think I sent her a photo or something, and she got my
And then she said, "Dave, don't give my number out."
Too late.
I got real close. I did, but I didn't quite do it.
I mean, because it could be down to the one person that's watching us will know it. But anyway, so yes, that's true. That's all true. What she put in there. But
that is a good point.
We we got to explore a lot of places. It was Dave's first time down to the condo. I think he really enjoyed it. We
absolutely.
So we decided on day one, we drank all day, and
we sure did. Yeah, and well, in our defense, we both started our mornings bright and early at the Nashville airport, being molested by the TSA.
Oh yeah.
Were we not?
Yeah.
Both.
I was first.
Separately.
I had like the SWAT team called on me.
He got there almost an hour before I did.
I went under one of they were like, "You're in the wrong line." I'm like, "All right." So I just went under the thing, and like next thing I know, I got like 5 people surrounded me, and they're like, "Sir, you're breaking protocol." I'm like, it's a fucking little thingy. I just went under. Did you want me to lift it up and go through it and then do this? And then they put me in this box where they were like, it was just those things that were all around it. It was like a box of just those little like things that you're not supposed to go. They're like, you need to leave and go in the right one. I'm like, all right, see, I'm a little confused, but I want to make sure that y'all understand why I'm confused. You got on to me for going under that thing.
Now you've got me chained in.
Can't be taking the hook off the velvet ropes, man.
Yeah. I'm all boxed in now.
Trying to get into
Which
a
way do I go
press
now? They're like, are you trying to start trouble? I'm like, look, I'm not the Taliban. I just was, you know. And then when I went through the thing,
what you should have said was,
Allah Akbar.
Oh,
my vacation would have been very different.
It would have been very short.
It probably wouldn't have occurred.
And so
like,
then I went
can't
through
get into the condo.
I went through the scanner thing, and as we've deducted before from conversations, ever since my last surgery, for some reason my junk goes off in the scanner. And so I got held up again. He's like, "You have a belt on?" I got a plastic belt on, which it is. It's a nylon belt with a plastic like thing. And I'm like, "Take the belt off." I'm like, "Okay, you want me? How about I just take everything off?" And so I started taking off all my clothes, and I was just taking off my pants. I'm like, "Can you not just like? You're gonna see I have this ball thing. I don't know what it is. They probably left a tool in there. It was the VA doing it. I don't know what it is. I don't know how to fix it, but that's what's going off." And they're like, "Sir, are you causing problems?" God bless. And so I finally get out of there. They walk me, like they literally walk me out of the little screening area. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I ain't got my shoes on. They take me over to the bar and set me down. And that's where I put my shoes on and put the rest of my clothes on.
And he walked you to the bar?
Yeah.
That's great.
And so I get to the bar.
I'm
like,
this motherfucker's going to need a drink after this.
So I get over to the bar, and the barmaid comes up, and she's a very sweet lady. She's about our age, or close to it anyway. She might be a little bit younger than us. She might be in your age, not my age. But she's a super nice lady. Tatted up all over, and she's like, "What can I get you?" I'm like, "I want a double of Buffalo Trace on the rocks, and then I want that breakfast burrito. That thing sounds good." So that's bad.
Nice.
And then, so anyway, Dave shows up about 7:30ish, I guess.
Yeah, around 7:30.
So I was there. I mean,
security
I got there a lot earlier because I like to be on time, and I know that I'm probably gonna get held up by TSA for whatever reason, right? And
habitual line stepper.
Oh, I don't even know what I do.
Clearly, literally.
Like this time, I was
You
like, "There's
stepped out
no
of line."
I was like,
they
this
got
time
you.
I know for sure I don't have any ammunition on me. I didn't even bring my backpack. I didn't even bring a carry-on. I had just me, a phone, can of chew, my hat, my glasses, my ring, my watch, and my plastic belt and some clothing. And they're like, apparently I'm going to war with them right now, the TSA, just like this.
You know, it actually raises security alerts to have, like, to travel without. No, you checked a bag, though, didn't you?
I checked my bag.
Yeah, okay. All right, so never mind then. But, like, when you travel without anything, people are like, don't know about that.
Yeah.
That's one of the things.
Or something that goes
I was TSA. I went through, like, our
Yeah.
training. It does raise to a point. The level of attention you'll get on yourself traveling without any bags at all.
Yep.
But anyway,
yeah. So we started drinking. Okay, David and I started drinking together as a pair at 7:30ish.
Yes.
Nice.
He's one ahead of me. Yeah.
He was also held up by TSA.
Mm-hmm.
And then
apparently my junk also alarmed because
Yeah.
I also got molested by. He's like, "Do you want to go somewhere?" It's like, no, we're going to do this with an audience.
I know that's what
Come
I
on.
did too. And the guy he grabbed me.
How are we about to perform over here?
That's exactly what happened. I was like, I just started taking off my clothes, and he's like, we're going to do this right, sir. He grabbed me. And I'm like, why are you grabbing me? Do I look like the enemy? What the hell is going on? Last time it was because I had ammunition. Perfectly logical reasons to stop me. This time I told you ahead of time that my shit's going to go off. I don't know why it is, but I can assure you I would not put a bomb, which it didn't say, in my junk.
Yeah, you don't
say the B word. Yeah.
Remember
I did
George
say
Carlin,
Taliban,
right?
That little black
you
woman.
don't joke about a bomb.
That woman, I said, look, I'm not the Taliban. That little black woman I thought was getting ready to fucking judo kick me in the face. All 325 pounds.
You have to understand that these people were probably waiting for months for somebody like you to come along and give them a reason. You know what I mean? Like, we trained for this. We've been waiting. Like,
We've been to Airport 4 for this.
There, to my
One
knowledge,
day,
nobody's
there will
actually
be
found.
a cracker that will come through here.
And we can choke him out like George
Answer it
Floyd.
all wrong.
Jesus. Jesus.
Take that as darkest places you could. But like seriously, like we get almost nothing nefarious is ever found in terms of like someone trying to get something dangerous to an airplane onto an airplane anymore. Like it's almost unheard of, So somebody stepping out of line, someone acting up a little bit. It's like, oh, it's go time. We were trained for this.
Five of them. 5 of them, and this little short. Well, she was one of the 5, but she could have been 3. But this little short black woman that every bit of 325 couldn't have been more than 4'11" at most.
You like
that's the one you need to be the most afraid of, though. Of all of them, that is the one that will beat your ass. 100%.
And then she will be the one that chokes me out like George Floyd. I'm telling you.
Yeah, she is the one to not fuck with.
Because she's not gonna be able to get up fast enough.
Exactly.
And I'm gonna just die.
Yep.
But anyway, so we started drinking.
What a great non-political show we're having. We're good.
So
we're good.
we can
here's the way to avoid a lot of that.
I mean, no one's watching TSA. We do, and I was TSA.
I know, but
back in the day,
I know what an asshole I was.
But back in the day, when I was a frequent traveler, before my kids got older and we couldn't afford to do it, I would volunteer for the extra security screening.
Mm-hmm.
I would make it through screening, all that stuff, way quicker than anybody else, just by volunteering for it. You go into the room, you do the.
Yeah, we had to do that.
Boom, and I'm gone. I'm done.
I got a very specific pat down, like.
I did too.
A very targeted.
And my shit was already out at this point too. It was just my underwear on.
Hey man,
I dropped it in front of kids and everything.
Grope. Go ahead and grope. I don't care.
I'm like, if this is how you guys gonna roll, I have on fresh underwear. I hadn't even started sweating yet, so there's not gonna be any ass sweat or anything. We're just gonna do this.
I'm not worried about that, man. If they want to play with the ass sweat, go get it.
I had the daintiest.
I think the real power bottoms outed himself.
Last time I went through, and it's funny to me how TSA is different at each airport.
I actually said that because I was at Panama City.
It really is.
They were the sweetest people ever. Like my hat got stuck in there. Like, sir, is this your hat? And I was like, I thought it was gone forever. And she was like, why would you think that? Also a really large black woman, but she was sweet. And she was like, why would you think that? I'm like, my Nashville experience was not nearly as good as this one.
Dude, for real, the experience at certain airports is just wildly different. It's like going to the DMV. What you get depends on who your kiosk person is, whatever. Like the person at the counter when you get called up will be a wildly different experience. I know this because I had 5 consecutive bad ones. I was trying to get the Hyundai. I went to the DMV 5 separate occasions. That's all fingers. Wow. And it was only after I told the last lady who was getting ready to send me away with some problem with the thing I was trying to do. I was trying to get the title transferred. I was like, she's like, have you been here before? I was like, yes, ma'am. I've been here 4 separate times already, and I've been sent away for a different reason each time. And she looked at me like she was going to send me away for a new reason and was just like, fuck it, he's suffered enough. Like, it's, and let me do the thing,
I can't do this and go to sleep at night. I gotta fix this.
It's like, no, they could tell I was already dead inside. Like there's no more vitality to extract from my form anymore. Like there's nothing left. It's a husk. It's like, okay, fine. We can get him out of here and make room for the next person.
When I went through Pittsburgh in December.
I like that airport, by the way.
It's going to be an all new one next time you come through.
Exactly.
I didn't know that.
So,
Nashville's constantly, ever since I've lived here, they've been working on it.
They're putting $2 billion into the.
It's every bit of $2 billion or more into this new one that they're doing it.
When I went through a Greater Pitt, like
from Nashville,
I am so used to. I carry my backpack. And I've got my laptops in. I got some, other things, and I'm so used to having to unpack my backpack, my laptop, my tablet, my phone's all got to go in separate bins, and then the backpack can go through. This last time, it was nope. Put everything into one bin. Your belt with the everything, coat, everything goes into one bin and goes through. Came back through Hartsfield. I had to take everything out of the backpack
Everything in
again. And
separate
I'm
bins.
like, but they just did this, and I didn't have to do this in Pittsburgh. Oh, nope, we do. Everything's got to come out here.
You can't ask questions either.
It's so
Yeah, I
weird.
know.
It's funny because like I brought my little Nintendo Switch. Nashville didn't care. Leave it in your bag. Fort Lauderdale, or not Fort Lauderdale, Panama City to come back. They take it out. Like, oh, all right, fine.
Well, this is one of the other things that sets it off.
Oh,
So I'm
for
like,
sure.
and the first thing I say is, okay, guys, you see the big old watch. Do you want me to take it off or not? Pittsburgh, got to take it off. Got to take the bracelets off.
Mm-hmm.
Hartsfield, didn't care. As long as I did this.
Is that Connecticut, Hartsville?
No, it's
No.
Hartsfield Jackson in Atlanta.
Oh, that sucks, man. That place is fucking. You're gonna get.
I had to,
molested there.
and in Hartsfield,
Yeah,
all I had to
airports.
do was this so that they could see the watch in the
Huh.
when I walked through.
That place is the Gestapo for sure.
Do you wonder if they're like deliberately inconsistent to like, oh,
Yeah,
here's the
to
rules
throw
at the
you off.
airport, and like if you're trying to do something you shouldn't, they're like you assume
can't
the
plan
rules
for
were
it,
one
yeah.
thing. Yeah,
There could definitely be some
I think
truth
about
to
that
that.
too. And
One
the
week-
variation on the
There's-
sensitivity of like the walker machine.
But anyway, if we
Yeah.
can get
Yeah, I
past
don't
our
know.
first day, so the first day we
Yeah,
drink.
right.
We
37 minutes in.
literally drink all day.
Did you make it to the beach?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Fuck yeah,
several
we
days.
did.
And we even got in the water and stuff.
Yeah.
We had a great
Holy
time. So
shit.
anyway,
Oh, I did it.
day two, me and David
Did
were
the
doing
water feel different now that the name has changed?
well, it was cold,
It just felt cold. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
Fuck.
but it still felt
It was
like,
like
heaven
57
because
degrees.
it's called the Gulf of America. But anyway, so we so on day two, me and David, we went to a whole bunch of different. Well, we went to eat breakfast first. We went to that diner place,
Yeah,
picked up a thing of
the
whiskey,
All American
apiece.
Diner.
All American Diner that set right across the street from the Gulf of America. And we had and it was an all you can eat place. All I kept thinking the whole time I was there is that if Preston was here, they would put his picture up and say he was no longer allowed to come here
Yeah,
because it was an all you can eat.
they would say he
buffet.
did something wrong. and couldn't
They've
come
been,
back.
they've been like,
They would,
no,
they would make up a reason.
no more for you, Joe. Too much. Too buku.
I do have a
You come
restaurant
back 1 year.
that he needs to go to that, yeah, he can't finish this plate, but that's
But let me tell you something about this trip. And this is not to get political in any particular way, but anybody who knows me knows I'm a little bit on the left. There's not a single person we met down there that Jody did not identify. It's like here's my friend David. He's a liberal, and let me tell you, in a way that this has worked out for me, like I've never had my heart blessed so many times as my trip to the beach. at Panama City. Like you know,
Bless your heart.
I'm gonna get
Bless
into
your
heaven on a
heart.
technicality. They're like, well, oh, I see.
you know what that means in a
You're
southern-
raging, you
Well,
know,
when we had
heathen
that-
and all
when
this
we
other
had
stuff.
Kathy
Like,
pick
but
us
you
up.
went to Panama City. You got your heart blessed. Like it says, like 4 dozen times. So I think
Yeah.
we have to let you in
You
anyway
understand
now.
what
Like
that
you
means
get to
southern
go.
people,
Yes,
right?
you do.
Well, so what was funny
Bless
about
your
that? So
heart.
our second driver, her name was Kathy, and she was in a giant Tahoe, I think is what she
Yeah,
was
it was
driving.
some big
It
Chevy,
was
something,
beautiful, with the smallest dog I've ever seen in my life. That
Yeah.
was riding shotgun. His name was Winston, and he was like this big. All right, he was a super nice dog, and you could tell she was totally on my team and not on David's. And she was such a
Oh,
sweet
that was
lady.
established within a minute.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden she said something
We
about
got
the
it.
beautiful Gulf of America and how things are going, this, that, whatever.
And then anytime he hears it, he's like looking at me like, what are you
I'm like,
doing?
You hear that? The Gulf of
Just
America.
looking for the reaction.
And so she's like, she goes, why you keep saying that to me? And I'm like, oh, I'll let David answer this. And David goes, it's because I don't like our administration and stuff like that. And I'm
Oh,
not.
bless your heart.
And he goes, and that's exactly what she said.
Bless your heart.
Oh, bless
and,
your
and
heart.
then what's the other one? Bless your heart.
And then I'll pray for you.
I'll pray for you. I've been prayed for so many times in the last couple
You
of weeks.
understand the
So many
colloquialism,
times.
right?
So anyway,
Oh, yeah,
we
I
decided,
get it. Oh,
we
I get it.
decided to walk the 2.9 miles to the only head shop to get some gummies,
Herbal refreshments
or edibles. Now we met
we talked about this on air. This is cool.
we met the most stoner person on earth. If you remember Ridgemont High, or what's it called, Ridge, some Ridge,
Fast
something.
Times
Ridge,
at
Ridge,
Ridgemont.
Fast Times at
Hey, you
Ridge.
guys remember Mitch Hedberg, right? This is a cloud
Yes.
he blew out of his mouth. Was this
Yes,
person?
that's the same guy. Same guy. Same age, everything.
Yeah.
He's like, and so we were asking, and neither one of us really asking all the right questions. But David kind of is, and then we still end up buying the wrong thing.
I told him, I specifically, okay, just not this one thing, because it's like
Which is the one thing we bought.
Good time. And he's like, oh, that's cool. He steered me towards some other stuff, and I thought there was 2 different flavors of the same thing. Like, oh, this one's like mango, pineapple, or whatever.
Like after you said, I don't want this one thing, is the only thing he bought.
Yeah. And it was pure of that thing, and like, oh wow,
so
we lost
go
like
back.
half a day. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
sure
So we go
did.
back. That's the day I'm supposed to be teaching.
And I felt so bad. I really felt so bad.
So this was
really
like
bad.
about 11 or so. We get our gummy, and we both have a half. And I am not lying to you. There was one moment I was laying in the bed, and I was like, first off, there's no way I'm gonna be sober to teach you a little bit. I'm like, what?
I was thinking that I was outside on.
I was like, and here, if I could have just wrote down everything that was going so fast, I could have solved all of our problems in the world, because it was like everything was happening in milliseconds, and I could see it all. Like, if I could just write fast, I'd be like, can we stop, pause, so I can write it down or whatever. And but anyway, and it was like, oh my God, I didn't want to drink. I was like, I can't.
Yeah,
can't
you
drink
said I ended up drinking your drink. You're like, I don't want this.
no,
And
that's what I said. I was like, I
uh-oh.
can't drink this. I can't. I'm
I
like,
was like that.
I'm,
And
in
that's
fact,
about the time I was
I
like,
said,
go ahead.
I'm going to bed. Is what I said.
Yeah,
I'm gonna lay
you said
down
you're
for a
going to
while.
bed, and then I was sitting there and like
It's at noon.
it's like noon. I'm sitting out on the porch, and it's a beautiful view, by the way. His condo's the 13th floor, fantastic view of the ocean and all this stuff. I'm sitting there and I'm enjoying the drinks. I was like, this is the life. This is really good. And then after that, he doesn't want to drink. He's going to bed. And I'm taking a sip, and I'm like, the horizon is vibrating. I think I've made a mistake. I need to go see what's actually in that bottle. And then I went and looked at the bottle, and I was like, oh no. Uh-oh.
Have you seen there's a Facebook or a TikTok, some brother, and he's like, white people,
That's
why
exactly
do you make your gummy so strong?
Like, what are you hiding from? That's exactly. I want to go back to that head shop and be like, dude, the people who made it, what are they hiding from?
Well,
Seriously.
here's the other thing, though. Like at the head shop, we asked him. This is the second time I've
Just
asked for
something to
drink.
mellow out. Just a
Yeah,
little
just
bit.
the second time I've asked
like
somebody,
having a
like,
drink.
what would you recommend? And they're like, oh, you don't want to take a whole one if this is your first time trying this. Just take a half of one. I'm like, we can do that. And I'm like, are you sure? He goes, it's not even going to faced you. The fuck it wasn't.
We
We each took a half.
And
And
there's
like,
no way I could function at all.
Fuck.
I had to sit down to pee at freaking noon.
I'm glad I didn't need to pee because I didn't think I could get up.
Yeah.
It was intense. It was not.
I mean, I was like, this is.
It's
the
not
most
what it's not what
ridiculous
either of us signed up for. I'll say it that way.
thing. Then
A
J3
friend of mine in Ohio had. I'm like, it's legal, it's
legal.
recreational in Ohio these days.
I took the shit on the airplane back with me.
By the way,
'cause you don't
bottle
have to pay
kill.
for it. There you go. Cheers.
Down.
And he gave me some recreational gummies.
Mm.
And he looked at me and goes, like, have you had, like, nah, not really. He's like, dude, start with a half. Don't do a full one. Start with a half.
2 hours, not one.
And see how it affects you. Yeah. He's like, wait a couple hours, see how it affects
wait half a day.
Yeah. 'Cause you don't want to.
Dude, and so I mean, yeah,
his son works at a dispensary, so he doesn't get the
lack of tolerance of people who are not.
well.
using that stuff
He
regularly.
doesn't
Yeah.
get the. His son gives him the really good stuff.
Yeah.
well, so what's funny is I was talking to my attorney. She called me after she was helping Michelle do something. She called me and we were just shooting the shit. And she goes, and I was telling her, she's like, how's the whole thing? She was asking me about my PTSD and stuff. We were catching up and all that. And I was like, it's been great ever since I got on these gummies and stuff. And she's like, you need to watch that. And I'm like, why? Preston's 18 now. Like, you can't take away an adult, That's just not how it works. She goes, what about your job? I'm like, you mean the world of academia? I have two of my colleagues. I have two of my colleagues that own head shops.
Right.
Like they don't care. They're the last people that care.
Yeah.
You can't show up stoned.
They'll ask you when you want to schedule your drug test. Like
no, we don't have drug tests. I've been there 12 years, almost 12 years.
I'm retired. I don't give a rat's ass about blood tests anymore.
There you go.
No, yeah,
that's what I told her. I was like, I'm tired.
Do what you're gonna do, sir.
And matter of fact, it was my psychiatrist and my counselor from the VA. It said, I really think you ought to. They wanted to prescribe me actual joints, and I'm like, I don't want.
They don't want to smoke that.
I don't want to smoke it, man. The
You're not really. You're allergic to smoking a cigar. Like, that would not be.
I don't really know that I'm allergic to smoke. I think I made that up and was telling you guys that. It's possible. I've been known to tell like a white lie like that before, and that might have been a white lie because I can smoke a pipe and I'm good. But it might be the lack of commitment, like a full commitment. Because like when you smoke a cigar, it's a full on, like that's a 10-year relationship. Like you're getting in there, you got to smoke it from the time you start to the time.
So it's kind of like my experience. I didn't classify as an allergy, but like, you fucking smoke a cigar to the end of it. And you know how I am with nicotine. Like I'm fucking green in the gills and I feel horrible about, all my life decisions or whatever by the time I'm done with a cigar. Well, and it's like, but yeah, you could smoke some pipe tobacco and be like, okay, well, I did that for 5 minutes and I'm good.
For myself being an ex-cigarette smoker, like here, like I already said earlier tonight, it's gonna snow tonight. It's gonna be cold.
Mm-hmm.
I don't smoke inside the house. I never smoked inside of anywhere. So I'd go outside and have a smoke with a cigarette, go outside, maybe 5 minutes, man, I'm done, I'm good, I've got my buzz, I'm back away. With a cigar, you can't do that.
No, you can't.
You're a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour.
It's a commitment.
45.
You are sitting there tending to that cigar for an hour and a half, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm not freezing my balls off for any amount of tobacco. I'm sorry, no. But yeah, that's the problem with cigars and all that stuff.
Gino, pipe.
But even a cigarette, that's one of the big reasons.
Like a pipe, not that kind of pipe, Gino, but
No, like the pipe I use, like
regular pipe,
like you get from Briarworks,
because I mean that pipe that I have. What I like about it is people are like, well, it's a lot of work each
time.
In
there,
like,
and you can smoke it for
5 to 10 minutes.
Or you can, and they're like, well,
that would be all right.
You have to restart it all the time. I'm like, so what? But I can also end this relationship right now.
Yeah,
right.
Like there's no commitment.
That's why I've been waiting for the weather to stay warmer longer in the evenings because I got plenty of cigars over behind me that I've been waiting to smoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have the amount of time to spend to enjoy them outside to do that. But I do have the Amish guys building new porches here at the house. They've ripped out the old ones. They're building new ones. Gonna have a covered porch, so yeah, I can get out.
That's pretty cool. You're gonna have to send us pictures of that when it's done, okay? Because
I've already got
that sounds pretty awesome.
Barbecue and my smoking section already set up. I'm just waiting for these assholes to finish. Well, not assholes, Amish people. I'm sorry. But
these Amish holes.
I'm a big fan of Amish right now. They helped us.
Actually, I shouldn't make fun of them. They're actually very good workers. They do a very fine job.
Other than the Amish cult, there is I watch. So like, this is maybe sick.
The only thing I don't like is they don't pay taxes.
Nope.
I'm okay with they don't pay taxes. To be honest with you,
I'm not. I gotta pay. They gotta pay.
Who do they get paid from?
It doesn't matter.
They do pay sales taxes. They buy something.
Yeah, but still.
I don't pay property taxes. You're going to get mad at me?
Yes.
Well, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I mean, he's in Maryland. He's good.
Yes.
He's not.
I'm not going to lie to you.
Just mad.
You don't pay property taxes.
He's salty.
Yes.
It's bad in Maryland.
I don't pay.
No,
you're West Virginia.
West
it's also
Virginia.
bad in Maryland. Yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Maryland's worse.
Yeah, there you
It's
go.
because it's blue. That's all I'm gonna say. But anyway,
West Virginia ain't blue.
West Virginia.
not what
is
I
not
ain't stopping.
blue,
I'm talking about.
bro.
I said Maryland.
He was talking about Maryland.
I was talking about Maryland.
Maryland's fucked up.
No,
They got
West
But
Virginia's-
anyway, we never got to day 3 of our trip.
So day 3.
This is hilarious. This
Is
so
that when
fucking funny.
was that when Miss Judy came?
Yes.
You guys
No,
got-
Yeah, no, because that was Saturday.
That was
right?
Saturday.
Yeah.
So what did we do on Friday?
I think
I
we
know
were
we
just in
drinking.
recovery from because Thursday was basically lost.
Yeah,
after
because
we
there
did
was
the
some
edibles.
sleeping and trying to figure out, making sure there wasn't people.
Bro, we went back
like
to the
that.
beach. We went back to the beach.
Yeah, we were at the beach all day on Friday.
Yeah. We did the
Yep,
beach
yep,
Friday, and then Saturday, against I guess both of our better judgment, we decided
they were
take another
so
bite
close
at the
to going
apple
down
of
and
the
visit with
edibles,
Billy.
right?
They never made it.
This is probably Billy knew probably how this was going to
They
go.
were so close.
I
to
do
going
I do
down
hope he's
to visit
okay.
with
But
Billy and have some good barbecue, and they were
he was
too
going to bring a
stoned.
brisket.
They never made
Well,
it.
first off, we ate like fucking kings.
We
so-
did eat like fucking kings. We
Yeah.
really did. I didn't have a bad meal there.
Uh-uh.
Everything
You
was
had to pay
great.
for it, man. I imagine when you went down there with Billy would have gave it to you for free.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
the
but he
brisket,
had to get there first, and he didn't. So,
He didn't.
but we're
Yeah.
moving past that.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Wow.
so we visit with it's Michelle's aunt,
Mhm.
Judy.
Yeah.
And
Her brother.
Jody took this, and her brother, and Jody took meeting her aunt as a challenge somehow, because like she was
did.
like unflappable. He likes to say awkward shit, make everyone feel uncomfortable,
That's
and kind of
true.
laugh
That's
about
true.
it.
That's
And
fine.
that's how he settles himself in a situation. But
I
everyone
think
else feels a little weirded
I
out.
think it's my comfortability level is what I'm always shooting for,
Yeah,
and yeah,
because I think you have like this
You
social.
see how far you
something.
can push the envelope.
it's like
And
it's like
you
I'm on the
kinda
spectrum someplace, and
and
it's
you
where-
kind of got to fuck with people a little bit to
No,
know
not
to
you.
know
Yes.
where you're at with them. And so
You
like
gotta see how far you can push the envelope.
again and again, the escalation of fucking with this lady and her, and this is, a woman who's was she like 70 or something like
78
that? 78-year-old woman did not give two shits
With a
He
cane
threw
that lit up.
everything but the kitchen sink, and probably also the kitchen sink at her. She was unfazed by all of it,
Oh, by the way, she loves me though.
and I'm sure she
He's a
does.
boomer.
But he couldn't stand it. He couldn't stand it, so he just kept drinking more and more. So he gets himself tore up. He basically whoops himself.
I did.
He
Saturday.
broke himself
I
on
did
her
break myself.
defenses, right?
I did.
Um,
I did break myself. That's true.
And then
story.
he was
No
more
lies
or
to
less
that,
comatose. And I was like, well, I'm going to go out for a walk. It's my last night there. I'm going to take in the night air. I'm going to take another little sliver of this edible. A half of a half. I was like, because we learned our lesson the first time. Taking a half was a mistake of the highest order. So I'm going to take like a fraction of that, because really the experience I was looking for was about a fraction of that. So I did.
Oh
that.
yeah.
And this clown right here sees me.
This
cutting
part
it.
is not true.
No, it's 100%
He
true.
forced it on me.
And he said, hey, cut me. And he
he
almost like this, like, hey, can you cut me one of those? And so I said, oh, okay. And so I cut him a sliver, which was smaller than the sliver I gave myself. I gave it to him. He ate it. What happened, Jody?
We
What
went.
happened?
We went and walked on the beach. At
So I
some
went out for
point,
my walk. I came back,
and when we went on the beach,
and then he was in his kitchen. Michelle was there, and I swore she was high too, but she wasn't. And I looked at him, and I'm like, oh my god, he's gone again.
I killed him.
I have done killed this man with a T. And I'm like, okay, we're all just doing this now. All right. Okay, cool. And so we said we should go down to the beach and go for a walk. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it, why not?
We went for like a block, if that.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I can make it back. We need to turn back. And you guys were like, we made it down the stairs,
Dude,
essentially.
it's one
I'm
of all.
like,
So we got out to the shore. It was beautiful. To be fair, we went and we walked for a while, and then we walked back to kind of our little
we were
point of
laying
entry.
down watching the beach.
We were
and stuff.
sitting down and we were watching the stars and watching the ocean and all that stuff. And it was very beautiful. Anything to add to that, Jody?
I know where you want me to go. And so, so I can fill in the blanks. So I immediately started feeling like, I don't think it's all sitting well in Cafe 305 stomach. All right. So let's spot out to Billy. So it's Michelle right here, Dave right here, and I'm right here. We're all sitting on the beach. And I'm like, yeah, I can't do any of this. I'm gonna go throw up. And
He
so
starts digging a hole.
I start digging a hole.
And I'm like, that is experience. That is a man who knows.
Yeah.
And I threw it up all in the hole too.
He got it all in the hole.
And then I covered it up. And then you looked at me and you're like, you dug a hole. And I'm like, yeah, this is not the first time I've ever thrown up on the beach.
That's exactly how he said it too. It felt less humorous to you at the time, I think. He's like, yeah, it's not the first time I threw up on the beach. Like, it was very, very brusque about it. But I was like, I see what's happening here. Respect. The only thing I was worried about was the sound level and like someone walking by and like having an issue with it. Because of people, out walking on the beach, with their phones and stuff. Away? I was worried about police, drunken public, that kind of shit.
Have some common decency. My buddy is over here throwing his balls up in this hole he dug.
No, what you have to do is you have to tell him what the problem is. I tried seafood for the first time and I got some bad shellfish. That's all you have to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
so I
then
pushed the crawfish po' boy at him, and it didn't.
And then when they asked me for a breathalyzer, that's when I say, "Why? I live right there. I'm just going to walk there."
Yep.
Bye.
He's got it handled, but still, I was a little concerned. I was thinking, like, better to not have an interaction with law enforcement than to have an interaction of any kind with law enforcement. So let's just make our way back. Which it was not an issue or anything like that. We got back up. He crashed out, watched like half an episode of Yellowstone, and I think I was done. So,
yep.
And then I went home the next day.
He went home the next day, and I stayed till Wednesday.
Nice.
And I should have stayed at least one more day because I got in at midnight. We're getting tornado warnings in Murfreesboro, and I'm like, I picked today of all days to come back here.
Well, I mean, it happened to me on Wednesday. I got delayed in Panama City for 3 hours. It's going one place.
Damn.
No.
Just back to Nashville, and it's because of all the weather that's coming through Nashville. We've had some crazy weather. And then this past Friday we got together for dinner and drinks here at the house.
Man cooked a fantastic steak.
I
enjoyed some drinks
and
steak and potatoes and broccoli and dragon fruit, which I'd never had before, which is amazing.
Yeah, I can't believe you never had dragon fruit. Dragon fruit.
I've never had dragon fruit. I've never even seen a dragon fruit.
Really?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's freaking so good.
I've just never,
you have to freeze it though. You have to freeze it after you slice it up. Freeze it with some sugar on it. Oh, it's so good.
It is some good shit. It is amazing.
What do you do after you freeze it? Tell me about it.
So first of all, you peel it and all that stuff, and then and it's like literally trying to cut the most slimiest thing on earth, right? And then I put it all in a bowl, and then I put sugar. I like to sprinkle sugar on it, and then stir it up in there, and then I put it in the freezer for like 20 minutes just so it can get kind of much more thickness to it, so you can pick it up and bite it, and then I put it on the table. That's all I do.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's in a little bowl. I'm like, what is that?
Yeah, exactly. He goes,
what is
this? I was like, it's dragon fruit.
The white fruit with the black specks.
Yeah, but there are some pink, like solid pink internals.
There's apparently a variety of them.
And I've had the yellow and the pink, but I've never had the internal pink as well. And so that's my new look for on that. That must be super rare. Okay. I don't know, but no, I made that just because I wanted to have. We had veggies and we had steak and all.
It was like a little dessert right there on the plate. Like it was a nice little.
Put it in the freezer, right? It's like okay.
I put it in there just so it gets that thickness because it's. I don't want it to fight me on the plate. I want to be able to eat it. You know what I'm saying? And you just put it in there for like 20 minutes, just where it gets a little bit of stiffness to it. Then you put it on the table as soon as you get ready to start serving stuff. And then by the time all the other food gets out there, it melts enough to where you can just spoon it over.
Yeah, it didn't taste frozen when we were eating it.
Yeah,
it tasted. Yeah, it was just cold.
Yeah,
cold and a good consistency.
Cold and sweet. It's so good. And the other thing the cold does by freezing is help compact some of that sugar on it. So it has that. I mean, dragon fruit's good by itself, but it's. If you can put a little sugar on it, it gives it a nice little, it's a nice little treat, And of course, we're American, and that's what Americans do. So we make everything better.
Put sugar on everything.
Make everything better. That's how we ended up with Mountain Dew.
Our high fructose fuckery. Yeah, that's what we do.
And then we went to Mule Day on Saturday. By the way, that we watched. So me and him watched. Tombstone.
Yeah.
Well, Michelle slept right there.
It's fucking great movie.
Homage to
Val Kilmer. We watched that, and we just chatted, man. I will be honest with you. I hate to say this because people are going to be able to hear this. Oh, we're over there. I don't have to say it anymore.
What?
I said, we're over the hour. I don't have to say it anymore.
Oh, that's
Yeah, who
hilarious.
cares?
Fuck.
Yeah, but we're still on.
What I was going to say
I
is
know.
I had a really good time with David. We had a lot of good times. We had some great
That is
conversations.
shocking.
That's what I said too. That's the reason why I hate to say it.
Remember the
Here's to your good
timestamp.
time, gentlemen.
Yeah, I know. 1 hour. 20. It is DEFCON 5. Anyway, though, guys, remember to like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. If you got hate mail, send it to David. And it's Poseidon.
You know, if you
And
don't,
I'll
like
be
our
happy to
show,
ignore it. Yep.
if you don't like our show, check out A Little Old Fashioned.
Yep, that's a
Yep.
good one.
And Daniel Berry's
Guy-
sports
the
highlights.
guy
He's always
knows
showing
what
up.
he's
Daniel
talking
Berry
about.
Sports Highlights.
He's always hanging out here.
This guy.
He's very and Daniel Sperry. Check out his
It's
stuff.
Daniel Berry. I don't know why you keep changing his name.
Did I change it?
Yep, you
It's
did.
right here. I put it up on the screen. Daniel
It's on the
Berry's
screen.
It's
sports
on the
highlights.
screen. Go check out Daniel.
Yep.
Yeah. give him a
Daniel
shout
Sperry's,
out.
because that's his preferred footwear. Hey Dudes are great shoes, by the way.
By the way, I
Well,
like
I need to
Sperry's.
get a
I just need to get a new
Yeah.
pair of Sperry's
Yeah.
because I've kind of
It's
trashed
all
mine
good.
over the years. But yeah,
Mine
Hey
are
Dudes.
almost there.
I got brand new Hey Dudes.
Yep.
They are awesome.
Oh, hey
They're right here.
dudes. I get
Yep.
pissed off at Hey Dudes because
Why?
they don't do half sizes.
They don't.
Oh.
That is true. They don't.
The mother.
Anyway, so this is a conversation for the after show, which we're now
Be
moving
good
to.
to yourselves,
That's
gentlemen.
right.
Be good to yourselves. Be good to
Sorry,
each other.
brother.
Act like you know each other. Like, subscribe, hit the little
your
bell,
pinky
the
out.
whistles,
Be good.
do all the socials.
And just remember, David's the power bottom. Peace out.
PB.
BB!
We're not changing my name.
PB win.
Fuckers.